God, you call me by my name.
Make sure I ain't got no. What's good, y'all? It's been a minute. And we got to catch up. So, being that we have to catch up, let's go ahead and jump into this. I would like to welcome you back to my vlog. It's your girl, Kira. This is my channel, Capturing Kira, and it is all things life. Because, baby, life be lifing. So, let's get caught up. Grab your Stanleys, and I will grab my cup that I got from Ross. But yeah, welcome back. So it is, what's today? Today is February 25th. We almost out of February. We're approaching the month of March. I have a lot of exciting things going on, so let me bring you up to speed so you guys know what's going on. So back in January, like the second day of January, I got news that my grandmother passed or whatever. She was 93. Grandma Winnie, may your soul rest in peace. We miss you already so dearly. That has not been as hard as I thought it would be, because God has just been doing some things. Like, y'all gonna be like, girl, what? Okay, so Grandma passed away. Could not go back to New Jersey to attend her funeral, so I attended virtually from home or whatever. My mom was there, and that allowed me to watch the video. Well, virtually attend. She went to the casket so I could see my grandma. I cried. I broke down because I'm like, oh my goodness, I thought my grandma would live forever. She actually lived longer than my father. But so yeah, that happened, and then my relationship ended about, I want to say like 2 weeks later or a week later, like a week and a half later. It was actually 2 days before the funeral that it ended. And I was broken up about it for about a week. And after that week, God just started to show me things like here, there. I'm going to say this because I'm not getting into no details right now. I'll probably provide just a little bit more context at a later time. But for right now, I don't want to spend too much time talking about that. I want to spend the time getting into what I've been up to, how I've been recovering from loss after loss. Like, so much has happened. So much happened in January. And then February was trying to cut up too. So, yeah, the relationship ended, and it wasn't on bad terms. It was more on humble terms. What is that? Oh, it was more humbling. Not only that, it was more insightful because it was necessary. Sometimes you are caught up in the idea of how things could be or what things used to be, that you are blinded from what things actually are in present time. And so that's why I was with things or whatever. I was holding on to what used to be and not really recognizing what it was. And a lot of times, when people like, oh, it's a breakup, somebody was cheating, was not the case. My past breakups, it was pretty much that way. Like, you got caught cheating, it's over. But this one, I actually got let go. Like, yeah, this is not working out. It's not fair to you, and we should just go our separate ways. It was pretty much like that. But in this time, in this season of my life, God has been showing me so many different things. I've been journaling, like my personal feelings and stuff like that. I've also been Bible journaling. So I've been reading my word. I've been dating it and writing what I'm getting from the word and my prayers and stuff like that. So I've also been doing that. And then, I have my women's study Bible. I have really been getting into. I bought this a while ago. That's my picture. Let me see. I bought this August 17th, 2023. And I'm just really starting to get back into my word. My first journal entry was August 20th of 2023. And the next one in 2024 was March of 2024. And then it was February of this year. So you can see inconsistencies. But God is always on time. He's placed people in my life that I've known for a while. Like, as far as he's placed people in my life that I've known, but just hadn't had any type of relationship with. So I feel like where I was completely depleted, he has been filling my cup. And I mean, he isn't God, he's been placing people in my life to help fill my cup. I just planned a trip for April. I'll talk about that more as the time comes up. But right now, what I'm planning to do is to just basically stay in my word. This video is not going to come out until later because I have things to do. I don't want to say what I'm doing, but it's just so hard to vlog when you don't want to say anything at that time, but you want to get things off your mind or whatever. So I'm taking like a social media break and stuff like that. So during that time, I won't be recording anything. I will be heavily in prayer and just asking God to move in my life. Like, you have to believe that God can do what he said he would do, and then he also will intercede on your behalf. You got to believe it. I've been in such good spirits. I would have never believed that I would be in this place. Like, I've been having dreams that are metaphorical to what is going on currently in my life, and God being able to break that down to me as far as what it means. Oh my goodness, something deep happened today. So I had a dream that my ex was trying to choke me with a zip tie, but the zip tie was small, like a bread tie, right? It was real small. It was about like this big. And in the dream, it was broken where, it was kind of like open. It wasn't closed or anything. Today at work, I'm at my desk and I just happened to turn around in my chair, and guess what's on the floor? A zip tie. Don't know where it came from because nothing in the office requires anybody to have any type of zip tie. The zip tie was this small. Matter of fact, I took a picture of it laying on the floor, and I'll insert it somewhere here just so you guys can see. But I was like, oh my goodness, like, why did I have a dream about this thing? And then now I'm actually seeing it. So because I've been in my word, I just feel like everything is like the metaphors are translating into what God is trying to say to me. When I held it and I looked at it. I'm like, what does this zip tie signify? what is the significance to this zip tie? And God was telling me, because the zip tie was broken, he said, I'm cutting ties. I'm cutting those ties that you have attached to things and people that serve you no purpose. God. I just get chills in my body when I speak about the goodness of God. God has been so good to me. And this breakup needed to happen, because for a long time I was focused on somebody else's well-being, and I was not focused on myself, and I was not focused on the things that God wanted for me and the things that he needed from me. Was not putting God first in anything. Was praying that God would, bless us, cover us and stuff like that. But he was like, you're not giving me anything. You're not bringing anything to the altar as a sacrifice so that I can move in your life in this way. And so it came down to the point where he was like, okay, you're not going to move, so I'm going to move you. So with saying that, I will be moving. I will be leaving Ohio. When? I don't know. It won't be long now, so I'll keep you guys updated, and I will bring you on that journey too, because this is my testimony. This is a part of my testimony. New beginnings, fresh starts, new insight, new perspective, all of that. Yeah, all of that. Um, yeah, I'm texting one of my friends, but yeah, life is getting better, and I know that at this point, as long as I keep God first, he will continue to lead me and guide me in the direction that I need to go. So I'm not going to stay on here long. I fell off on my fitness. My eating habits haven't been bad, but they haven't been what they should be. So I'm going to be working on that. My being active fell off. I'm getting back on track with that. And I'm just focusing on me and my daughter. And it's time. It was just time for it, um but yeah, I'm happy. This is the happiest I've been in a long time. And for a long time I had issue with being alone. I had issue with not being in relationships. So I never really gave myself a break to heal from anything before I was in another relationship, because I'm like, nigga, you don't want to do right? Excuse me. Dude, you don't want to do right? Listen, I ain't got no issue. I never had an issue with pulling. But my thing is, I'm passionate. I love hard. If I'm in a relationship, I love hard. But what I've learned is, you can't love someone else harder than you loving on yourself. Period. That is something I will never do again. And when I say never, I mean never, because I've learned you will be in a position where you will lose everything, including you putting a man before everything. No. It can be a desire in your heart to be a wife. It could be a desire in your heart to be a good partner, to have family, all of that stuff. But when that stuff takes precedence over God, baby, he will have it literally crumble like a coffee cake right before your eyes. And I know that because I'm actually seeing it in my own life. He said, that very thing that you put before me, I am letting you see it fall. And that was deep to me. But it was something that I needed to know. And this part of my testimony, I do want to share with others because I believe that there are a lot of women that's out there that are putting men before God, putting men before their kids, putting men before themselves, putting relationship before everything. And it doesn't have to be that way. I know that in my next situation, whenever that may be, because I know that the next one is going to be the one that I need, the one that God has for me. The next one, I'm not going to be in a position where I have to choose loving you or loving God. If I can't do both, you are not the man for me. And so that's why I am where I am at this current moment. I have my earpiece in. I got these headphones and I'm ministering to myself too. They're by JLab or whatever. And they are these clips. You just clip it on your ear or whatever. And let me tell you, baby, I've been listening to sermons. 2819 Church has changed my life in so many ways. In so many ways. And it's just been a week since I've been listening to the church. Now, I've heard about it before. Of course, you see little clips and stuff online, and I'm like, of course, passing judgment. But when I actually really went outside of the clip and went to YouTube and actually watched the whole sermon, I'm like, this word is for me. It's for me. So my hopes with moving to a different place, that God would lead me to a church home so that me and my daughter can be rooted and grounded and God can have his way. So, yeah, I am about to get into this word, journal a little bit, reflect, meditate, all that good stuff, baby. We got journals everywhere. My journal, I got a book for poetry because my friend was like, you should get back into writing. It is important to have a creative outlet. Because a lot of times we get bored, and when we get bored, we lean on things like substance, smoking, drinking, all that. And I'm not saying that I'm against it, because y'all know I love me a glass of Chardonnay and a good little puff, the Magic Dragon. But at this point in my life right now, we gotta chill on that, because we need growth in other areas and we can't have anything hindering. So to each his own. I'm not judging, because you do what you do, I do what I do. But I thought these journals were so cute. I picked these up from Ross. They were $3.99. They had them in all colors and different designs and stuff. Like this one is like a leaf type design. This is more like an Aztec type of design. And yeah, they was $3.99, and I want to go back and get some more just to have them. Put them on a bookshelf. Like, it's just so aesthetically pleasing. Yeah. So yeah, let me do what I do. I'm just in a totally different headspace. I'm all things trying to do things to better me. I'm also picked up this book from Ross. This was $5. It's like a daily book that you read, and it has like little things in there that you would fill out. It's called He Hears Her Voice, Growing Closer to God Through Prayer, and this is by Candy Marbali. So yeah, I have to do today's work out of here. I just want to stay motivated. This high, this natural high that I'm on in regards to chasing after God's heart, I feel good. I feel good. If anybody ever feeling down and unsure, take that time and give it to God, because I'm telling you gonna feel 100% better, and you gonna be like, God, why am I so hard headed? Why didn't I listen to you a long time ago? God be like, you need a beating. You need that behind whooped.
I'm someone. Told me I'm someone. Know that I'm someone. No, I'm a child of God.